What's cracking, everybody? Zerafel Rose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. Today's video is going to be about the 6-year Pokemon Go anniversary event. We've got kind of a banger. It depends on what you're into, but we've got an event starting on the 6th of July at 10 a.m. local time until Tuesday, July 12th at 8 p.m. local time. You've got the 6-year anniversary event that's going to focus some wild spawns, some raids. You know, it's just an event, but there are some really awesome extras that we unlocked thanks to all of you hardworking, definitely non-spoofing people who went to Pokemon Go Fest Berlin. So thank you all for that, because the ultra unlock bonuses are absolutely fantastic. So we'll start off with the event. So we've got the debut of Party Hat, Charmeleon, and Charizard, and you can evolve your Party Hat Charmanders if you have them. And we've also got a cake costume Pikachu, all of which these can be shiny. We've got the wild encounter pool, which is going to be Bulbasaur, Party Heart, Charmander, Squirtle, cake costume Pikachu, Machop, Ladybug, Ralts, Baneri, Venipede, Chespin, Fennekin, Froakie, Bunnelby, Litleo, and Pikipek. And if you're lucky, you'll get the chance to catch a Gabite, Cluncher, or Helioptile. So there's like 4 things on this list that are actually decent for PvP, but the raid's pretty non-interesting. There's nothing really here of note, unless of course you're trying to do these things for, like, you know, getting for megas or raids. Then obviously more power to you. Dratini, Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise, Tyranitar, Metagross, all are good for raid. Well, I would say for raids and or megas. You're going to get Tyranitar, Metagross, and Dratini if you're looking for some raid attackers, and then the 3 starters for the megas. And all of the 3-star raid will have or already have mega evolutions, so good to get hundos of those if you don't already have them. And then Zapdos returns to 5-star raids, which is okay. No legacy move or anything, so that's a pain. And then you've got Mega Charizard X and Y rotating into mega raids during the event. Field research task encounters is literally every starter in Pokemon Go right now, so you want hundos, this is the place to go, I guess, but that's too much of a pool for me to really hunt anything. And if they're going to be in the wild anyway, I'm not worried about it. Now, Mudkip is one of the things here that I would probably point out, because that's actually not terrible in Master League. I think that's like one of the only things on this entire list that's not terrible in Master League. And once we see the Ultra Unlock bonuses, you're going to see why I'm highlighting Mudkip specifically here. We do get some interesting avatar items and stickers. Now, there's a battle weekend. So if you remember, we had a regularly scheduled Pokemon Go Battle League event this weekend on the schedule when they released the Go news, Season of Go news for Go Battle League Season 11. And so that's going to be this coming weekend. That's Saturday, July 9th from 12 a.m. So as soon as your clock hits the 9th of July until the end of the day on Sunday at July 10th at 11:59, you will be able to complete 20 sets per day. So that's 40 sets over this weekend. We're going to get balloons from Go Rocket every 3 hours. You can get 4 times Stardust, which is actually an asterisk and it changed. And we can TM frustration. So get the alarms out, get your alerts set up on your phone. Remember to TM shadow Pokemon, get frustration off of them, because it's going to be a while, probably another 3 months or 4 months before we get another one. So take this opportunity. Get to TM your frustration Pokemon. Get that move out of here, so you don't have to worry about it, because I've got so many things that I'm just waiting to use. I'm so excited. And Shadow Latios is going to be Giovanni's Pokemon for the next few months. So this one's not terrible for PvP. It's not exactly like, whoa, gotta have it, but it's a Shadow Pokemon with Dragon Breath. It's got Dragon Claw, and it's got a new legacy move in Luster Perch. So it's worth grabbing one at least, I think, but I wouldn't really go nuts and try and get like a really good rank one for PvP. And we are getting a new rotation of Shadow Pokemon. Nobody knows who's going to have what, or if the leaders are going to have these things or not, but I really, really don't give 2 flying flippities about anything on this list. Shinx is the only interesting thing, and even then that's just going to be spice, honestly. So can't wait to see what the full list is going to be of Shadow Pokemon and the new rotations. Kind of excited to see where we get those and what's going to be there. So stay tuned for that. If there's anything drastically awesome, I'll probably make a video. And then the special research to encounter Giovanni will be available if you log in until the end of Season of Go. So you can claim it from now until September 1st at 10 a.m. local time. So let's talk about these wild spawns after we talk about the ultra unlock for this weekend. Normally I jump into the wild spawns, but I think that this is going to be important enough. So quick switch of the windows. We're going to Leak Duck because Leak Duck grabbed these before they were taken down. So I'm going to expect these to be true. Giovanni in the Season of Go on this thumbnail up on top of the page here. We've got an update to Go Battle Weekend. So again, July 9th to July 10th. 20 sets per day, frustration. Now for the Ultra Unlock, the balloons are now appearing every 2 hours, every even hour. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 on your hours. That's going to be when you can find a balloon. So good time to get a lot of red eggs because you also get double the mysterious components per rocket. So you could essentially get at least, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 red eggs over the weekend, even if you're sleeping, which most people do. You're going to get 5, count them, 5 times the reward Stardust from Go Battle League rewards. Now, I'm pretty sure that's going to be just the win rewards. There's no way that they would bring back the end of set rewards because those were just too awesome, and I don't think that we could possibly ask for that to come back again because, man, that was actually good Stardust. So you get an extra raid pass per day, an extra 50% XP from raid battles. So if you're not battling and you want to just do raids, you can get extra XP from those. And then 50% extra Stardust from defeating Team Go Rocket Grunts. So instead of 500 per grunt, you get 750. And then if you haven't quite hit rank 20 yet, and you're only rank 16 or above, you can get the legendaries in your Go Battle League reward pool while you're battling. So pretty awesome here, but I'm not done yet. There's more, trust me. So Blast from the Past, the Com Day moves from every single starter. And I want to specifically highlight the Charmander Charizard line here because look at this. Every single starter that's in the game that has a community day move is here. Now look, Dragon Breath for Charizard, but also Blast Burn. So if you have a Charmander that has not yet evolved into Charizard, you can get both community day moves in one go without having to elite TM anything. I wish I had saved mine because I have all of my Charizards are evolved with either Dragon Breath or Blast Burn. So yeah, it is what it is. So, but I want to highlight specifically, this is an excellent time to get a Shadow Swampert if you're like me and don't have one yet for Great League or Ultra League or even Master League. You can TM Frustration off your Mudkip and immediately evolve it to Swampert over the weekend to get Hydro Cannon, and you can do it with everything else. So if you happen to miss a Com Day and you have something good saved, this is the time to do it. Specifically going to highlight here, Venusaur, Meganium, Serperior are the grass types that I'm targeting if you have any to evolve. Charizard is the #1, but then you've got Typhlosion, and I mean Blaziken okay, but you really prefer Blaziken there, and the other two aren't really in PvP whatsoever. But all of these Hydro Cannon users, except for Feraligatr, are going to be relevant, so make sure that you've got, you know, TMs. Get some TMs. 3-star raids guarantee charge TMs, by the way, so if you're short on TMs, go spam some 3-star raids. And then so Shadow Latios is once again going to be the Shadow Pokemon from Giovanni. Kind of talked about it already. Now here's the new Shadow Pokemon that are going to be coming in. Essentially everything is worthless. No point in really caring about any of these. I don't think that they were good without Shadow forms, and I don't think they're going to be good with it. The best possible thing that's going to come out of this is Ducklet in Little Cups as a Shadow, and I don't really think that that's super, you know, it's not super game breaking or anything. And then, as we talked about, you get the special research if you log in before the 1st of September, and you're going to get the special Rocket Radar from doing that. Now, wild spawns, here we go. I could literally make no longer of a list than this. All right, so we've got Machop. I don't have rank 1 IVs on anything here, so ignore all of my IVs. Unfortunately, forgot to change all of those, but you guys have the rank 1s already. You know what the IVs are. Go check out PvPoke, but literally just these are the only things that I'm worried about for this event. There's really nothing here. And again, ignore the IVs because my stupid ass forgot to update before I started recording this video. So we're just gonna go straight into talking about TMing frustration off of things and Shadow Latios. So first of all, I wanted to point out here that we've got the ability to TM Frustration. I can't stress enough because people always forget whenever it comes around. It's such an important thing to be able to do because we get it so seldomly. So I've gotten the rankings page from PvPoke with all of the top shadow Pokemon that you can TM Frustration off of. So we're going to go through the top 100 or so. And honestly, if you've got PvP IVs for anything, even if it's not super great, it's okay to TM Frustration off of it because it's a charge TM. You'll get that back later eventually anyway. But number one, Swampert or Walrein and Swampert and Nidoqueen, you know, those are going to be the top priorities. Machamp is always good. Golbat is another one. But Alolan Marowak is the one that is on everybody's mind recently, because if you didn't catch the good one during the last Frustration event, then you have probably been sitting on one just like me. So that's another high priority one, is your Alolan Shadow Marowaks. And then you've got things like Magnezone, Abomasnow, Politoed, Sableye if you don't want to purify it, which is fine. If you've already got a purified one, for example, you could just run the Shadow as well, get Power Gem on it. Shadow Beedrill is super good for Limited Cups and even Sylph, so that's not going to be a bad pick. You got your Snorlax. Shadow Granbull is okay here. Shadow Ninetales, the Kanto Ninetales is a solid pick. I've been running one myself a lot lately and I'm enjoying it so much. So if you can get Frustration TM'd off of it, you're good. And if you can put Ember on it with a fast TM, or Elite Fast TM, because it is Legacy, I love Ember on that thing. And then going even further down the list here, you know, Shadow Zapdos from a while ago. If it by this point you have a Shadow Zapdos that has Frustration on it, I mean, it's been like 2 years at this point, maybe over 2 years. So, you know, there's other things that are a lot less relevant as we go further down the list, but I want to hit some more up here. So we've got Lapras, we've got Celio. If you want to run like a Walrein Celio ABB kind of team, that also works because Celio is super good as well in limited metas. Blastoise isn't bad here. Dragonite's not a bad one. Poliwrath is really good. Jumpluff, Sandslash, Alolan Sandslash, and honestly Kanto Sandslash too. I mean, you could literally go down just about this entire list, and honestly, everything here is worth it. I don't know how Drapion is so low, but that's another one. Charizard, Marsh Stomp, very good. You know, Shadow Crobat. We've got, I'm starting to get into no use territory. Sandslash Shadow is still good in limited metas, so that's, even though it's at number 226, it's still something that's worth TMing if you've got it. Cradily is kind of interesting, but again, limited meta. Shadow Scizor, definitely limited meta. Shadow Mawile is another limited meta pick. You got an Alolan Sandshrew maybe that you picked up over the last rotation. That's going to be a good one to TM Frustration off of. A Shadow Hypno, Shadow Hypno for limited metas is going to be amazing if you've got one, and you can TM Frustration off of that. I know that Sierra's had Drowsy lately, so that's going to be a good one to do. We're kind of getting into no man's land here, but, you know, the gist of it is, if you have to prioritize things here, check out the rankings page. We're going to jump over to Ultra League now, where once again we've got Walrein, Swampert, you've got Meganium, Shadow Venusaur, you've got Abomasnow, Snorlax, Gliscor, Machamp, Gyarados, Nidoqueen is a big one, Lapras is going to be pretty good, Politoed's a big one here. Shadow Drapion is one of my personal favorite things to run in Ultra League, so you are going to not do any worse off for yourself by getting a Shadow Drapion TM'd and built. You got the Shadow Poliwrath once again, you got Blastoise, Skuntank, so we're kind of getting into the usual stuff that, or the not so usual stuff here, very much so quickly, very much quicker than, I can't English today, damn it, very quickly, I should say, compared to Great League. So most of this stuff after Shadow Granbull, you're not going to really see. You know, there's my stupid self with the Shadow Kanto Sandslash for Ultra League. Shadow Dragonite's good, Crobat's good, Muck is very good, Ninetales is pretty solid, Scizor is pretty solid. Not really seeing a whole lot here, but there's other things here, I'm sure. Shadow Gallade's going to be a good one for Premier Cup Classic. And that's essentially most of it here. I mean, everything here is like spice at this point, but you know, you understand. And then the last thing we'll take a look at here is the Master League, where if you've got a Shadow Lugia, Shadow Mewtwo, Shadow Snorlax, Gyarados, Dragonite, Ho-Oh, Mamoswine, Ho-Oh Shadow, honestly, I think we had the chance to, it didn't even need to be TM Frustration, same with Lugia, but Walrein, Mamoswine, like these are some solid picks, but the list is much shorter here because as soon as we start seeing things like Shadow Entei, I think I'm pretty sure the list is done. But that's the TM Frustration situation. So prioritize the things that are up there that you don't have, and if you can, just TM everything. Thankfully, I've got like 200 TMs saved, so I'm good, but not everybody has that same luck. So let's take a look at Latios Shadow, which isn't in the rankings yet. So not helpful, but let's take a look at regular Latios to kind of get an idea, right? It beats Garchomp, Giratina, it beats Zacian. It beats Zacian. Probably because it baits the Dragon Claw and lands a Luster Purge. That would be my guess. Because it walls the lead, double nuke Zacian. Wild Charge and Close Combat are both resisted by Latios, so that's probably how it's able to beat it out. And then we've got Swampert and Dragonite as other things, so I think that Latios is able to use the Dragon Claw that it has to outpace a lot of things and bait shields with it. Now, you're up against something like Dialga, Mewtwo, Metagross, like everything that's actually super highly rated in the meta for Master League, you're probably not going to want to bring this thing. So not exactly something that I'm super high on here. But Latios in the Ultra League, it can beat a decent chunk of things. It beats the elementals, like, you know, Talonflame. It can beat Machamp because it's a fighter. It can beat Venusaur, and it can beat Swampert and Empoleon because those all get primarily resisted damage. Now, you know, you're getting a Steel or a bulky Dragon, you know, bulky Ghost, you know, something that can really tank a lot of damage, or deal dark type or super effective damage. You're probably not going to do very well with Latios. Now, it's also not super great for raids, so honestly, not really worried about getting more than just the one that I would get normally from the research. So that's really going to be about it for the video, guys. Thanks so much for checking it out. I know this was a bit of a longer one. There was a lot of stuff to go through as far as teaming frustration because we only get that so often. So thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.